Well, greetings, thank you for joining us. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by the Fifth Dimension. Might look a little bit different. Had to reinstall everything. We're back up and running, so I don't know. Alright. Hopefully everything's operating smoothly as it should be, hopefully. Alright, tonight's connection is basically recently the beings have just been coming through and just doing their thing. I already forgot today's time jump. Oh yeah. Alright, this is kind of like where I'm at right now. It's kind of like my meditation room. Sort of. It's basically also where I'm living. It's turning into like more of an alien vortex when I'm feeling the beings around here more than I usually do. In a good way. It's been very taxing vibrationally, but that's okay. So there is a shift going on. More astral is getting more active. So I'm not saying politics is going to start to get better dramatically, but I feel like we are shifting more into a more positive timeline. It's just not as easy to see right now. So as I was, I was answering questions for some. I'll go into that in a little bit. But not everything is being super clear. But what I'm feeling is like, obviously go through a lot of tests, what you're prepared for, you're ready for, but actual physical contact with beings is highly probable for certain individuals. Obviously the timing has to be right. Everything has to be right. So some that might feel that they're out of it energy wise, they're actually connecting to another reality. So if you feel drained, worn out, like you're losing your mind, you're probably connecting to a parallel reality, or meaning that you're in a reality where you're with other beings right now. Of course everybody is to a degree. Yes, you have parallel realities, but you can also be in two places at once, where you obviously were always in astral, but like a part of you is in another, like you're connecting to the beings right now, you're just not aware of it. That's what I'm getting. My energy is just like it's like no matter what I do, it's like doesn't matter. So basically it's kind of like being in two places at once, and when I'm sitting here I'm realizing it more. I haven't realized that at all. I mean, obviously we're connected to a certain degree, but it feels like that reality and ours is coming together slowly. I don't know when, I don't know how. It's been a year ago, I believe it was the end of this month last year, where I had the alien contact, where maybe it was, I'm starting to think maybe it wasn't April, it was February, or March. Maybe it was April. Maybe it was, yeah, it was probably March actually. The end of March when I was at Universal and I was being taught to me, and it's been hell ever since for alien disclosure. Because I didn't really get a lot of information. It's basically it's testing our vibrations. There's no real obviously book to go by, but the alien energies are increasing here to assist us to bring a more positive environment, for more alien connections, for more, so we can see what's going on here. Now, I wanted to put this out there. This is separate. Or technically, I'm going to be doing, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Yeah, mentorship. If you like the webinar, it's going to be different. It might be not once a week. It might be once a week. Well, it depends. We'll see how it goes. It'll be in the evening time. It won't be on Thursday, but it'll be, I'm thinking Wednesday, but maybe it'll be on, I have to check everything. Maybe Wednesday or Sunday. Maybe Wednesday. We'll see how it goes. Or change days. A mentorship basically for, it won't be live. It'll be recorded, but only for those that are in the, because it's more like a private class than it is a. So I'm gonna test it out. Mentorship, basically, how it works. Everybody will get a chance to talk. It might be a 4-hour mentorship. Hopefully not. Try to cram it all into an hour, but see what everybody wants to do. Like one person will say, "I want to do this. I'm trying to open this part of myself." And the idea is also for community, for people to get to know each other, and so they can work with each other on their own time to open up their abilities. Or I can be just the guinea pig there. You can just connect to me. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. You know, you can type in my vibration, tell me something about me. So, you know, it'd be, you know, so that's why it won't be live, because sometimes people don't want certain things out there. It would be just for the group. So it's okay if they want to share. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but that's in the works. I should have some idea of it this week of how I'm going to go about it. I don't know when I'm going to start it. If there's any interest, it'll probably be around $10 a month. It might be like 10.05 or something, so I can see, because when people go through the site, when it says $10, I don't know. I have to check everybody, you know. So if it has a certain amount, I can know what it is. So if it's like 10.01 or something, I don't know what it is, because sometimes with the webinar it's $9.95, so I know what. So I know somebody got a webinar. So because you put in a question and it all looks the same. So if you put in 2 questions, it's $10. So anyway, just want to put that out there. Well, while I'm out of all of that, so I'm not sure when that's going to be. Sometime this week I'll put more information out there. I'm just kind of playing with it at the moment. I think I got this working. I'm not quite sure. Those are new to all this, as I've told you, my private sessions. Make sure everything's okay. Throughout the week, I'll also go on had a channel, a Google Hangout, Zoom channel on my phone. Also, questions here. I'm on Saturday and Sunday. I'm on both. So give me just hang in there with the same situation here from last week. Channels and healers I do recommend. We also have a social network, and this new one's coming. I'm doing some changes here and there. Without going into too much detail on the rabbit just now. So yeah, the rabbit, I changed some things on. Not that it matters, but some stuff might be a little bit sensitive, so I removed on one of them, the Illuminati. I call it something else. I think it's a club of know-it-alls, something like that. Yeah. So I'm trying to make it more. I'm piecing it little by little. It's actually funnier than it. So you have I forget, the super club of know-it-all, something like that. That'd be the Illuminati, and and I have other famous people. I'm going to be changing their names. Yeah, it makes more sense in the long run. So you'll know who it is, that's for sure. So, all right. Yeah, thanks for your support. I know this is all strange, but what I've been feeling here is the connection to the next dimension isn't that far away. Obviously, doesn't mean it's going to happen anytime soon. For physical energies, basically, it's getting used to you getting used to the energy of, you know, it's like if you have a place for meditation. Yeah, it must be somewhere. Everybody must have one place. If it's outside, inside, wherever it might be, it's a place. Like for me, it's here. Of course, there's other places, but sometimes, you know, you get your energies all scattered, especially you have to go to work, you have to do this, you have to go to that. It's like I'm about to lose my mind. So if you have one place you can go to, basically, to clear out your vibrations and connect. And once again, yeah, these obviously other channelers aren't talking about this because they're not really ready for it. It's not their forte. It's old-fashioned. There's nothing wrong with that. If Bashar was talking about this, more people will be talking about it for whatever agenda there is. But seeing how I'm just, you know, nobody here, which is fine, because I think it's better that way. This is weird stuff. Because the idea is to change our reality. And obviously changing it to shift us from the old to the new, or always vibrationally. Eventually the beings will appear physically when need to. Now, others are going to be experiencing. I'm not the only one going through this. Others have been going through it for a long time. That's good. Because you're going to see your frequency open up. It's like, wait a minute, can I connect to these things, these beings physically? Yes, you can. Will it be on every day? Probably not. But there'll be days where you feel like, I'm kind of repeating myself, but it's true. There'll be days where you feel like you're really connected. Other days you feel like you're connected to nothing. Just the way it is. Blockages, whatever it might be. But the bridge to that, for those connections, does exist. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It's just timing. Are you ready for it? You don't have to think about it all the time, but basically, if it's in your timeline flow of who you are, your contract here is basically you're advancing yourself. And there are going to be beings around to slow you down. You might feel aggravated. You might feel like you're going through hell to a certain degree, because beings here, not doesn't mean people, but just energy beings you're not aware of are trying to slow you down, deter you from it. Because obviously this is a big deal. Connecting to beings in the physical world, even if it isn't the friendly ones, it's something. It's like, it's more than what we got now. It is possible. I mean, their energies are everywhere, obviously, through technologies, through entertainment. You know, everyone's talking about like how much TV, all this TV you can watch and all that. It's like Matrix. They're keeping, here's the Matrix, here, watch the Matrix. You know, the television, you know, just watch it. It's like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, you know, they're kind of keeping us away from ourselves. Obviously, you need entertainment to a certain degree. You can't meditate forever for obvious reasons. But connecting more, I mean, you need a break from yourself. I mean, you're doing these connections. We're not really built to meditate all day. Like, obviously, some do, but I'm not sure how far they're getting with it. But, you know, more power to them. As we go into, let's see, for Orion energies, basically, once again, trusting yourself. You are a multidimensional being. You're basically going into your chakras to activate yourself. Now, activating, you're also, you know, you're going to have some feedback from beings that aren't used to this. It's like, what are you doing? I'm activating myself. Well, other beings like, no, you're not, because they don't want you to. So if you feel aggravation around you, it can come from other beings, basically, because not everyone's going to be, you know, you're doing something different that is a rebel type of energy. And once again, yes, calling in Ashtar Command or angel beings, whatever it might be that will work, is basically showing other alien beings too that this is possible. Now there might be some fear out there, but you know, that's part of our consciousness. Humanity is plugged into this reality, the Archon grid, you can call it that, and you know, eventually those wheels will. Because basically the idea is to bring these beings in, not for entertainment purposes, but to just, we're ready for it. We're ready to connect to the universe. Obviously, many beings feel like we're not ready for the universe or this galaxy, but many of us feel it's like, and some humans here, imagine there are many out there, that are kind of tired of this reality and tired of the human ways and ready for an advancement. So seeing human interaction in this reality can get very aggravating for some. I imagine they're out there. I can feel it. I'm going through it. My same is basically, well, it's basically we can do better. As a race, you know, obviously that's a common thought. We can do better, you know, worldwide for many things if we were just activated, right? If we just open up ourselves. It does not mean we're not to save the world, but to bring improvement to this, because when you open yourself up, you know, you're powering yourself up, you're also feeling the negativity here, the manipulations. You're running into the Archon grid, which can cause actually more aggravation. So those that are getting attacked, you're here to power yourself up, and you're hitting the grid, and it's coming back at you. I wonder where attacks come from. I don't know how long that lasts. They're not really telling me, but it can last for a long time depending on what you're doing. Everyone's different. So people are actually rewriting this reality more than you might think. Once again, used to alien energies and just being okay, and also letting Mother Nature take its course too. It's like, yes, you come to a point where, okay, I'm ready for anything, and sometimes when I do it, I just go and connect. I constantly, not always, but sometimes I just want to grab them and pull them into this reality. Obviously, it doesn't work. But then you just get to a time where it's like, okay, I'm just ready for whenever. I'm ready when you are. I'm ready when they are. And it has a lot to do with your timeline, with your contract here, for it to happen. Obviously, there's not a huge many of those out there, but they do exist. And some people can change their contract for these things to happen too. If it's going to help you, if it's going to help others, if it has reasons for it, because it is, yes, you might be looking at a crazy person, but once again, anytime you change things, you're going to be seen kind of out there anyway. So many are in their comfort zone of the old version of channeling. That's their comfort areas. They're not anywhere near ready to let that go. But many of you came here to turn the tables, or throw the table out, whatever it might be. Take all the belief systems. That's great and fine and everything. It's time to get this going. Because yes, you channel alien energies. Where is the alien being? Yes, you are channeling those energies, but also you have the ability to bring them into this environment. Now, when and how, and that you kind of let Mother Nature take its course. But when it does happen, it's going to freak people out, especially when it's done here. And it can be done here. They can appear right behind me anytime they want. Obviously, people can pick up on it through their third eye and energies. That's fine. But they can make their appearances. Obviously, they don't do it for certain reasons. But once again, there's a time and place for everything. And once again, your main society here, your majority race, is living, the Archon grid to its finest. And why? Why would you do that to yourself? For various reasons. It is basically, it's like, they're watching many that wish to break the rule of the Archon grid. It's like you're coming in here and you're just saying you can connect to alien, for example, alien beings in the physical. Are you out of your freaking mind? And so the rest of the world's watching, laughing, possibly, or just terrified, because it can't happen. And once again, it's a metaphysical connection. It's basically to help us understand our higher dimensional selves and heal the Earth's energies, basically Earth-wide. So yes, once again, some of this is going to be repeated for obvious reasons. I am picking up beings, but this is a little bit of me, a little bit of them. It's basically... I even lost my train of thought. Thank you, airplane. Yeah, my train of thought just went out to... Yeah, thank you. But yeah, basically it's to help others get in their comfort zones of connections. It is basically, yeah, my train of thought just went right out the window. Jeez, I guess I should live in a desert where there are no airports. Maybe they'll come back, who knows. Yeah, that was a manipulation there. Thank you. Thank you, secret government. But basically, the idea is to relax the vibrations, connect to the energy, relax the third dimension energies, while more fourth dimension vibrations to come through. And basically, healing, I think this is coming back now, Yes, those that you don't have to be on video or doing any of this stuff. Your energy alone is enough. You are changing the way your mind thinks. That's major. You're changing it in a way where it's like you might not be able to see these physical beings yet. Of course, you can always see them through your third eye if you really put your mind to it, or not. That's fine too. It's not the end of the world. But the energy, the possibility of it, your energy shifts. Your energy shifts not just for that, but also you want more peace on this planet. You are opening yourself up more to a more positive timeline. And that energy flow, it's like there's always like option timelines. It's like you say yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. You choose what you want. Many are choosing more of the alien timelines. Of course, you're not seeing it here in the physical just yet. That does not mean that we're not waiting for, technically, like an event in the sky for movement, for a change. That's right. They're also reminding me on the, I put it in the social network about a crop circle on ice. I haven't talked about the black hole at all, have I? I guess I need to go into that tomorrow. I haven't really looked at that, but yeah, there's a crop circle on ice. So they're using water now for crop circles, which I think is a great idea for ice, definitely. Because crop circles are like, well, I don't know how that works. If those are your crops and you have a crop circle on it, how does that work exactly? You know, do you get a government subsidy? You know, you get government money to fix it? I don't know how that works. It is an act of God, well, act of alien. So, so, one moment. All right, the Orion energies are here. Basically, Orion energies are here to protect humanity. Yes, there are others that are not always protecting humanity. But you are, for alien connections, allowing more of a positive vibration to come through. You will eventually get downloads of, yes, the universe is not an easy place to live. You know, there are places that are, but many places aren't. So you're going more galactically. Higher dimensionally, galactically thinking outside of your planet. Metaphysically, basically, because that's how many beings operate. They operate in the metaphysical world through energies. No one's perfect. This is how you learn. You learn through your mistakes. Many incarnate on this planet constantly because they can't seem to get their act together. Not everyone, but there's a good amount. And many enjoy being disconnected from the universe too. When you go into spirit, you see everything. You see aliens, you see Agarthian beings, you see everything. You come into this world, it all goes away. You feel it, but you don't experience. So this world is like an asylum, and so it's like a prisoner that wants to commit, or a thief creates a crime to be put in jail. Not to say that's technically happened, but many incarnate here to forget. Not to say they committed a crime, but some of them kind of they act, you know, disruptive here to stay here, to be in a reincarnation cycle, to avoid the of course in astral they don't, but here once again in the physical they don't remember. They cut off. Yes, they know they go into astral. You can't cut everything off, but they do what they can astral to keep themselves in this third dimension environment. So I put in the title of this "Jump Start." We're jumping into kind of a time jump into alien disclosure. Kind of yes, kind of no. At least the understanding of their energies here, that they once again can't be seen here whenever they feel like. Now, is it going to help us if they show up out of nowhere? Not really. Now, it'll help individually. You never know. Usually it's out in the middle of nowhere. That works. But at least expect the energies to increase for alien physical connections. Doesn't mean they're going to pop up here or anything like that, but at least the understanding that they're here. and you're welcoming into it, because channeling, as wonderful it is, can also put a block. It's like, we're going to channel aliens until I'm 90 years old, and no contact physically ever. So be aware of that. Professional channelers, things like that, they're not always, a lot of them aren't really ready for any physical contact. Some are, but once again, if you're living a professional life doing channeling, you're a rock star, why the hell would you want to bring an alien into that? I'm the star. Alien, just stay over there. So there's a lot of that going on. Not to put a spotlight on, I mean, just there's a lot of soul growth going on. So somebody like myself comes in here and rattles everybody's chain. Not trying to be perfect, not trying to be the best channeler. It's not the point of it. The idea is to shake us up, to get us into something different. Yes, it does take forever. Trust me. I'd like a change here. So this is a little bit of me, a little bit of somebody else. The Orion beings are here. Once again, the Orion beings, yes, there are feline beings. There's a little bit of everybody, insectoid beings. They're not trying to be hard on society. Some beings are, because the reason why some, let's put it, for felines come here, because they feel like humans aren't ready. So they're hard on them. But some beings are here to just put a stop to alien physical connections, because humans allow them to. So those are the worst ones. Well, however you want to word it, but they cause a blockage, which is actually expected. You say, yeah, you're making alien connections. Too bad you won't have a physical connection ever. Your lifetime, your grandparents' lifetime, on and on and on. You'd be surprised. Of course, this is something new. So for alien physical connections, nobody knows how this is going to work. Well, let me tell you, they can appear whenever the hell they want. I think I'm not the only one that knows that. Because let me tell you, they got to be careful what they do here. We are like a fragile, we're like fine china. It's like one wrong move, we can get really screwed up. Yeah, the way we are right now. So they gotta, they gotta be really careful. It's like making a perfect recipe. You just gotta, the timing's everything. So, but once again, vibration's a different world, because spiritually you are allowing energies to come in, positive or most people are connected to the positive, but others are do whatever you want. But protect your energies. Be aware some there are tricks or alien energies here. Not all are female. There are different kinds. Be careful. Well, because some of them try to do mind control. For the most part, people will be fine. But there are some people that are going to connect to the dark and just go through those experiences. It's just they have not clear out the darkness within themselves, and you can't save everybody basically. Some are just going to connect to a lower aspect of alien energies because that's what they know. But for the majority, are going to connect to more positive energy. Basically, like alien beings, like the world's going to go away in 12 years or 5 years or whatever it is. Do this, do that. That's them. Those are the lower energies. I'm playing with you. You just got to, clear that vibration out. And, if any type of weird scenario like that, it's going to give you an idea. But, once again, yes, the military energies are listening. Of curiosity. Curious. Because they never really thought this would, I don't think it would ever happen. They've had scenarios when nobody's really talking. I don't think anybody's talking, from what I'm gathering. Once again, yeah, it's just the vibrations to get used to the transition from third dimension to fourth. Fourth dimension is more alien interaction, alien ideas, spiritual ideas, angel ideas. And for a society like this, obviously, anything new takes a while. It takes a while to overcome it. But basically, we're connecting more to our time traveling energies also, where some people here are seeing more of the future than you have in the past. Some of them might be connected to blockages because beings here are trying to keep you here. And so basically, those that are very much into something radical like physical connection with beings, many of you out there are radicals, basically rebels. And rebels are usually a few. It's not going to be a huge amount. Usually that's not how it works. Normally it's just they really do believe it. They believe in themselves and believe these energies that they're connected to alien is true. And not to say everything's going to be perfect, but they feel this stuff. They know something else is going on here. Like with my own experience, I'm connecting to like a parallel reality to, you can say technically like setting up physical connections. What it feels like, this is the only place I felt it. I haven't felt it all day. I felt just bleh all day. But right here, not entirely, but I've had my moments. But it's like I want to go sleep all the time. So yeah, I tell you something's going on. But what it feels like it's like, well, let's put this, alien, like a physical connection can happen at any time. And it's like here we're just kind of giving you a vibration here and there that, we're listening, we're here, you're connecting to us, and it's like a snap, and there they are. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it just put that energy out there for others also, that they might be tapping into that too. It's just, I feel something weird, but I don't know what the hell it is. Most likely that's what it is. Doesn't mean anything's been fully activated yet, but we are shifting of, once again, it's going to be very, it's all in a vibration right now. As for those who are common people in the third dimension reality, obviously, well, they're going to look the other way. Or say their insults, wherever it is, and go hide in their hole. Whatever it might be. Or have a curiosity. It's like, you never know. It's like, that's kind of spooky, but sure. So, as for what beings that can appear, obviously Orions have vast amounts of different species. They do have feline energies, obviously. Insectoid, but also elephant energies. There's always an Orion, different, all these beings have their own animal, and also beings we've never seen before. The hammerhead shark is one of them. The hammerhead shark is very psychic and basically help us with strength, similar to the reptilian to a certain degree. We have more of their animal version here, obviously, but there is beings out there just like, holy shit, do not mess with this guy. It's like, damn. They're a warrior race. So think about going into space, flying around your spaceship, you see a hammerhead shark in a spaceship looking right at you. He's like, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. What the hell are we connecting to? So be aware of that. And some do, what was it, what's the name of that thing that spear that Aquaman carries? I forget the name of it, but they even had the trident. They have those too. They just showed it to me. What the? So those are right. So yeah, well, at least for the hammerhead shark, they're very quiet and secretive about their energies. Once again, they don't want to make an appearance and lose you. It's like, you're just talking to a shark being. People are like, what the fuck are you talking about? So just to give you a little bit, because I figure a lot of this stuff's going to take people out of there. There is no cartoon about them yet, so people are going to have difficulties understanding them. So that's the thing. It's let's see. Obviously, there are a lot of snake beings that are running our planet from different worlds. There are various different worlds that are monitoring our planet on a daily basis. Many people might feel like they're being watched. You might be most likely being watched from another planet for various reasons. Some of you are welcoming it, some of you aren't. Parallel realities will start to open up here and there, the thoughts of them. Right now, yes, the reason why our world's being suppressed is because obviously the Archon grid, or connected to the human consciousness, is so busy being programmed by these energies, it's not willing to. So basically, many of you that are opening up to these energies of physical beings and all that, you're kind of like, I'm graduated. I'm graduated. Where's my diploma? Where are these alien beings? Like, I've seen all this. I've seen this reality. I'm not connecting to any of it anymore. I see that this world can be a much better place. I don't connect to all the drama and all that. Where's my spaceship? Where are my aliens? Come on, guys. So, that's part of graduation. Is also part of patience. Waiting. Once again, many of their other channelers, healers, not ready for any of this, are sitting, watching, I will assume, because this can happen. This, at least the vibrations can happen. Anything is possible. The vibrations has to be just right for physical appearance, obviously. I know it's going to come out of nowhere. You're not going to be able to. Now you might have, because basically they go into your mind, and you feel like, oh, I need to go shopping, I need to go watch this movie. I don't know why I have to do it, but I need to go do it. Or you go drive out into the middle of the forest. It's like, why am I out in the middle of the forest? And you see somebody, it's like, holy shit. So, everybody's had that here and there. So that's usually how it works. You feel like, I need to go to this place, I've never been here, but I gotta go there. That's and you don't expect anything either, just do it, because they work with your mind. They work with the spirit world, so doesn't mean it's manipulation. So that's kind of the fundamentals of how it operates. So they're working with it. See, obviously there's many motherships from the Orions are watching at this time, protecting our energies. Obviously there are beings here that do cause this aggravation, but once again, it's like that the teacher is here to help us, test us to see if we're really, to even give us infusions. Doesn't mean it's negative, but to help us go into this. Like, here, this is gonna hurt, but here's your medicine. Don't go to the doctor. It's like, we're not aware of what's around us, but we are getting infusions to help us with these connections and how to handle humanity, how to handle all this. So that's why some people might feel like, I'm not really here, I'm here, but not really. So, because if you feel like you're here, but you're not really here, you're most likely in the astral or another parallel reality working on this one. We're working on this place, so. See, with Orion energies, yes, there's a lot of duck beings, and they are, yes, hilarious. Some of them have the kind of the worst sense of humor ever. Sometimes dry, sometimes a sense of humor nobody freaking understands. For human interaction, it'll be mostly on a human basis, though. Some of you, meaning that alien contact, will be mostly a human energy for right now. But some of you, like let's put it this way: if an alien being appears, you feel their vibration, you might get memories of like duck people or ostrich people, whatever it might be. And now obviously we have astral connections to this, but also that doesn't mean you won't have it's all going to be spiritual. For expect a lot of spiritual downloads to come. Now you might just feel tired, you might not feel like you're getting anything, but because it's not really to unravel itself just yet. So receiving, and not remembering anything. So that doesn't mean you're not doing anything. It's just that you're being adjusted and prepared for what's to come. Doesn't mean anything dramatic is going to happen anytime soon. But just seeing how the vibrations, how you're accepting. Obviously, many beings are listening right now. Let's see. The Zeta energies, they do work with Earth's architecture, basically for you to receive information from your guides. But sometimes it's a lot of information is coded so you don't remember, for your protection, so you can be, because remember, if you get a download, it can take you out of this reality very easily. One thing can take you out of it. It's like, now I can't think at all. I'm thinking about being out in space, talking to a bunch of, canine people, and I'm on this world. I was like, what am I doing here? It's like, where's all my canine friends? It's like, so you gotta be, so they're careful with your downloads. It's actually when you think about, pretty sophisticated. It might be aggravating. It's like, the more aggravated you are here, the more likely you're connected to other beings that you much rather be around. If it's alligator people, is it dragon people, whatever it might be, it's or unicorns for some people, or angel people. A lot of angels come here to incarnate, to go through all this too. He's like, you gotta be human, you gotta learn how to grow through. This is a test for a lot of angels, to go to worlds that are even harder than this place. It's like, for you to go up the levels, you gotta come here. Now, every soul here is connected to an angelic vibration, meaning, but not many want to be an angel as a job. So some would rather be a spirit guide, or whatever it might be. Not everybody's fit to be an angel as a protector. I mean, everybody has a possibility of doing it, but doesn't mean that we really want to experience it. It's like, it's too much for me. Yeah, because you can get absorbed by somebody's energies and fall in love, or fall in hate, or whatever it might be, and it can be very emotional for even them. They get lost too. You gotta really know what you're doing. It can be very tricks. It's just as tricky as it is here. It's a little bit easier. They're a little bit more aware, but they can get pulled into our vibration and kind of lose themselves too. So, once again, I'm talking to most of society doesn't recognize angels at all. Oh, what the hell? I don't know when humanity's going to wake up to all this. It has to be a movie. And even then they don't understand it. So, it has to be a cartoon. It has to be a movie. It has to be a book. And even there, don't understand what the hell you're talking about. So, some will. But, it needs to be, like the movie of the week for a while for people to understand. But you never know. It doesn't matter. So, not concentrate on human. Yeah, it's not the idea to concentrate. It basically is just trusting your own energies, your own space, and realize you are, the more aggravated you might feel, the more you are shifting dimensions. You are shifting out. You're bringing in other energies here. If your intention is to bring in higher vibrations here, and you feel very aggravated, it's like, man, I don't know why I feel like I'm losing my mind. It's because you're bringing things here other beings don't agree on. It's like, so you're finding ways of doing it in astral, you're helping others get downloads, whatever it might be. You're assisting others on their growth too. It's not just you, it's always somebody else. You're always involved with somebody else. But I believe a lot of souls here are connecting more to the angelic self, where they're opening themselves up, because for a spiritual awakening, once again, the rebel energy, you are a rebel. Doesn't mean you have to be negative, but rebel, you're going against the mainstream, and that's dangerous right there. Not violent, it's just like you're going against the belief systems, and that's like, what are you doing? So it's very lonely, but that's welcome to Earth. Those that don't feel lonely are part of the system. So would you rather feel lonely and open, which is kind of hell, but there's no going back. Not really. You can try, but it doesn't work out very well. So, but yeah, so believe, let's see, before we end this. Yeah, they're a little bit of me, it's a little bit of me, a little bit of them. They're observing right now, basically. Yeah, once again, they say nothing's going to happen dramatic anytime soon. They are working with the weather systems to keep things kind of, obviously, nothing's going to be perfect, but they kind of have business as usual. There's going to be anomalies here and there. Most likely there will be some hurricanes this year, or around the hurricane season. It's just, it'd be really weird if there isn't anything. There's always going to be something, because the agenda, some beings here are absolutely pissed off. They're not getting what they want. Obviously, Africa plays a big role. Africa is like a bargaining chip for a lot of beings, because some can get in there and manipulate and cause weather anomalies like hurricanes and whatever it might be, because if they don't get what they want. So there's a lot of, I always call it compromise. There's a lot of conversations going on in the alien world. You know, there's a lot of, like in Star Wars, a lot of boring meetings. It was the prequels, they're all talking to each other. A lot of aliens do that. You rather talk than fight. It's like, you might talk, it might be boring as hell, it's better than fighting. So they do a lot of that. The Orions do a lot of that. A lot of beings, other beings do it. It's like, would you rather talk and be bored out of your mind, or have conflict here of an alien weapon being used or something like that? The idea is to keep those things going. So there's a lot of diplomatic energies going on right now, more than there ever has been before. Because you see the progress with North Korea, it is making progress. And most likely North Korea will become more positive. It takes time. It's been in the regime for a long time. They're very worried about people around them, but most likely it will find more freedoms. It's going to be a while, because he doesn't trust anybody. But he is making progress. He wants to make sure Kim Jong-un stays in control. So he's playing dirty for various reasons, but for the most part, now when North Korea becomes more positive, now that's going to take some time. When that becomes more positive, other places will too. It's going to take a while. It's going to be gradual, but we are making progress here. What's going on with Trump and all of that, just a lot of Archon energies basically programming him. That there is a lot of positive progress being brought in. The whole thing with Mexico, it's just being Mexico is a deep state country, basically. Not all of it, but a good amount. Other the government experiments and stuff like that, a lot of Men in Black energies are there. Various, they're used as, a bargaining chip too, to cause difficulties. So they do turn up the negativity within the gangs and all that to cause more, just they can do mind control, just to build up anger. So it's just the way some of them are wired. So territory, a lot of the gangs are just territory energies. Let's see here. With the Orion energies, basically it's just trust yourselves. Patience. Patience is a big one for alien connections. It's like, the more that you feel the vibrations around you, that you are making progress spiritually, a lot of that patience is a necessity for this. Basically, once again, healing your earth through vibration. Yes, physical energies aren't that, always physical beings are important right now for obvious reasons. But basically also many of you are turning like to beacons of light to just bring positive energies to your earth. A necessity, a light bulb of change. Even those in your religious groups are doing it too. They are doing it at a slower process, but they're still doing it. Some of them are, not everybody, but you'd be surprised. If you want intentions to help humanity, it's going out there. It's just, not to say light workers are going, or however you want to word it, but those that are aware of their abilities are achieving more. It all varies. But basically, the more positive intentions, the more it will be heard and felt and connected to. The more you want to manipulate, everyone does slow things down slightly. So just, you think about others and allow the energy to flow. And just, those are channelers that do monetary stuff that really concentrate on that. Not to say they're not helping, but it slows their growth. Obviously you need to function financially, but many just focus on it, and that's all they focus on. So there is change here. It's just basically, a lot of this is over our heads, obviously. I mean, spiritually, this is all over our heads. Technically, yeah. Now, not everybody, but there is a shift on its way for more positivity. Let's put it that way. Alien vibrations, alien thoughts, fourth-dimensional energies will arrive when needed. They're already here, but is a lot of manipulations of the third dimension that's keeping things kind of blocked slightly. But basically expect more positive energies to flow in society. Anything can change from now until the end of the year. Of basically focus on the positive no matter what happens. Because the positive energies, basically, positive energies can be manipulated, can be slowed down. But eventually that will be healed where the energies will start to heighten. And people will feel it and just take time. So, alright, hopefully that was helpful to some degree. Alright, thank you for your support. This is all insane. I realize that. Basically keep connecting and just give it time. Yeah, insectoid beings say hi. Basically their energies are with you. For, you know, with every human there is an insectoid. There's like 10 of them. Or 100 of them for every human. So realize that you're definitely not alone. So I don't remember which one I use here. So alright, everyone have a great night. Take care.